Take one ear to your shoulder and breathe in. And as you exhale, draw that chin down towards your chest, just feeling the back of the neck. And then inhale on the other side. Exhaling, drawing that chin down towards your chest. And we'll do this one more time on each side. Nice and easy. Good. Okay, so we'll take our fingertips right to the shoulders, and you can do smaller circles to start out. And then as we start to move, the circles can get a little bit bigger. And so we're just feeling that stretch in the shoulder, feeling that stretch in the chest. I call these chicken wings. We're going to do a few more, just bigger if it feels good. Inhaling, exhaling down. So nice and smooth here. Now just let your hands come down and roll your wrists in one direction and the other direction. Perfect. Okay, so we'll grab our strap or our towel, whatever you have. And we're going to start with that strap in your hands so that your hands are about shoulder distance apart. You don't want to be too wide, not too narrow, so you're pretty comfortable. And then we're going to strengthen these outer shoulders a little bit. So just pull that strap apart and feel that activation in your shoulder muscles and then relax. So that's it. We're going to exhale and pull and relax. We'll do about 3 more. We'll just pull it apart. Release. Keep breathing. A couple more. And one more time, pull it apart and release that. Good work. Now roll those shoulders and then taking that strap behind the back. So you can go as low as you'd like. We're having the hands face away from the back. Good. And so option 1, if you're already feeling like a big stretch, especially if you're more recently out of surgery, you can stay here or just gently let your strap come away. And then as we move on, we're going to breathe in, let that strap come away from the back. And then exhale, just bring it down. Good. So inhale, let it come away. And down, like a little back massage. And we're just waking up those upper back muscles. Good. We'll do a few more. Keep breathing. Nice. And on this next one, hold that strap wherever you feel the most beneficial stretch for your body. So if you're feeling like you want to come a little higher, that's okay. If you need to come a little lower, that's totally fine. And we'll take a few deep breaths here. Take one more inhale. And exhale, relax, relax. Perfect. Wonderful. We're just going to set this down. We'll come back to that later. And then we'll find our mat and we'll do some standing poses. So we have the feet about hip distance apart on the mat. And just rock for a moment. Feel the edges of your feet. And we're keeping that right foot forward. We're going to take that left foot back so that we're in a nice high lunge. And you're welcome to shorten the stance if you need to modify today. Especially if you're fresher out, you're going to feel that back hip flexor stretching that area. So I suggest just shortening your stance and then working on building that leg strength. Making sure that front knee is over the ankle, keeping the hands to the hips. Good. And so just feeling that strength in the legs. And if you need more work, you're going to lengthen your stance so that you have a little more work there. Option 1 is hands to hips. Next option, taking your hands to heart center for balance. Or you can try lifting the arms straight up and just get that lift here, lifting your chest a little more and breathing. So we'll take 3 deep breaths here. So here, here, or here. You can choose your variation. One more big breath in. And as we exhale, take those hands back to the hips, bend the front knee a little more so you can step up, release your hands, shake it out for a moment, and just roll your hips one direction and the other. So this movement here is really healing for that scar area. Feel that stretch and gets that fresh blood flow to the hips, to the pelvis. Perfect. We'll do the other side. So the left foot is forward, right foot comes back, remembering your stance shorter or longer. Take your time. And hands go to the hips. That left knee stays over the ankle. Option 1, or hands to heart center. Or you can take your time, maybe lift those arms to the sky if that feels nice today. And just keep breathing. Good. Take another big breath in. And then as we breathe out, hands back to the hips and come up to stand. And then we'll do a circle one way and the other. Perfect. So as we breathe in, just lift your chest a little higher, chin away from chest. Feel that nice opening. And if you'd like, you can take your elbows back more and gently just keep lifting that heart center. So you're already going to feel that stretch in the front body. Fill the lungs, start to feel that nice opening through the belly. Take a breath in. And now we'll slowly start to bend those knees and fold all the way down. So we're folding forward. Knees can stay bent. And you're welcome to let your arms hang, or you can interlock those elbows and just rock side to side. Let your head hang like it's a big heavy watermelon. Good. Now gently take your hands down. And we're coming to all fours. So we're on the hands and the knees. Perfect. And start just by wagging your tail side to side. So the low back gets really tender after the surgery, and it lasts for a while. It's just good to stretch that low back. And so what we're going to do next on all fours is something that you can do frequently, like every day. We'll move into a cat-cow, okay? So our wrists are under our shoulders and our knees are under our hips. And as we breathe out, we're going to round our back. Just drop your head and press the ground away and feel your neck stretching. And on the inhale, this is where we gently start to arch the spine. So your heart comes forward. Just go as deep as you feel good. Exhale, rounding and tucking, getting that nice movement through the whole spine. Deep breaths here. And feel that little stretch and then feel that curl as we exhale. Two more breaths. Good. And just rock your tail side to side, rock that tailbone. Nice work. We'll take the knees a little wider and sit back into our child's pose. You can bend your elbows as much as you'd like and rest your forehead. And just give yourself a few deep breaths here as we stretch our lower back. Very good. Now slowly come through all fours. And we're going to be on our knees for the next few poses. So if you're on a hardwood floor and you'd like a little bit of cushioning, I'll give us a moment to find like a blanket or some padding. My yoga mat's kind of firm, so I'm going to give myself a little bit of cushion today. Just something for the knees. It's totally optional. If you're on carpet, you probably don't need it. And then we're starting on our knees, and we're going to come back to that opening stretch. So tucking our toes under, okay? Tucking the toes under so you feel that little stretch at the bottoms of the feet. And just like we did standing, take your hands to your hips. So option one is just chin away from chest, just start to feel this opening. And then as we heal, as we progress, as time goes on, we can gently start to press the hips forward a little more and draw your elbows back until it feels good. And just breathe here, a few deep breaths. Good. So we're opening that front body, stretching the quads, stretching that belly area. One more big breath in. Perfect. Now bring yourself back to neutral, chin towards chest, and then we gently come to all fours and just release that by rocking side to side. So we keep that back nice and loose. From here, we're going to move into a low lunge. So we're going to take the right foot forward, and if you need to hold a wall or something close by for balance, know that that's totally fine. Right foot is forward, left knee is down. Walk your right foot forward a little more. So as you bend your back knee, you start to feel that stretch in that back leg. Good. You can take your hands, interlacing your hands to the thigh, and then just get yourself a little lower. And this really opens up that back quadricep, that hip flexor area. And breathe. Good job. So never feeling pain or strain, just that nice stretchy feeling that feels like, yeah, my body wants to do this. My body needs this. I'm learning to feel that and to acknowledge it. Good. Take a few more deep breaths. Wonderful. Now slowly come back to center so that you feel balanced. Maybe walk your right foot in a little bit. Your left hand will go to the outside of your right thigh, and your right hand goes to your sacrum, so right behind your hips. And as you push your hand into your thigh and your thigh into your hand, you start to feel this twist, right? So this little twist to your right, and just go as deep as feels good today. There you go. So working on our balance, feeling this twist in the upper back. So healthy to twist the spine. Just keep breathing. Good. Inhaling. Exhale, go a little deeper. And then as you breathe in with care, come back forward. Wonderful. Then take those hands down to either side of that front foot so that you can bring the knee back. We'll rest in child's pose for a moment. Knees come wide, forehead comes down, and just rest here. Wonderful. Coming back up slowly to all fours. And then we'll switch sides, okay? So we'll start with that low lunge. Left foot comes forward. Right knee stays down. And once again, we can walk that left foot a little more forward so that when we get a little deeper into that stretch, make sure that left heel is all the way down. Maybe take your hands on top and just see how this side feels. This nice opening here in this back hip flexor area. And nice deep breaths here. Wonderful. On your next breath in, come back a little bit. Walk your left foot towards you so that you feel nice and balanced. Right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Left hand to that sacrum. And then we start to twist Pressing the thigh into the hand and the hand into the thigh. Just take your time. Feels nice and stretchy there in the upper back. You can take your head wherever you're comfortable and breathe. Next breath in, come back through center. And then nice and easy, taking those hands down. Knee comes back. We'll just rock it side to side and settle back into our child's pose. We'll give us a few options here. Option 1, you can stay in your child's pose today if you want more rest. If anyone would like to do the downward dog, this would be a good time. So we'll spread those fingers, tuck those toes, and lift those hips, feeling the stretch in the backs of the legs, knowing we can come down to child's pose at any time, okay? So just breathe here, wherever you're at. Good, and then we'll meet back on all fours. Wonderful. All right. So we're going to stretch our shoulder a little more. So from all fours, lifting that, and you're welcome to watch first, or you can move with me. Lifting that right arm up to the sky, threading the needle. So we thread the right arm underneath, tucking the shoulder, and just let your head rest. You're welcome to walk your left hand away from you and just use the ground here for support. Nice upper back twist. And breathe. Good. Walk that left hand in so that you have support, and just reach that right arm up again. See if you got a little more range of motion. Maybe roll your wrist one way and the other. And set it back down. Perfect. We'll do the other side. Left arm lifts, open it up, breathe in, and breathe out. Thread that left arm through. Your head comes down. You can walk your right hand away from you. And just enjoy that stretch in your upper back. Deep breaths. Good. Now walking that right hand in for support. And breathe in, reach that left arm up again. Exhale, bring it down. Good job. All right, so we're going to move on to our belly. So Christine, I'm going to give you some modifications. Okay, see how it feels, but I'll show you first. So as we come down here, we're just on our belly, and this is the Sphinx. So the elbow is directly under the shoulder and the hands are down. Can you see me good? And we're just going to stay here and gently lift the chest, all right? Gently lift your chest. Now, if it's too much stretch, we modify by walking the elbows forward so you're not as high up. Okay, so it's less of a stretch. But if you're okay, you're ready for it, elbows directly under the shoulder, and just let your hips settle and breathe. Good. Just resting our legs here. And then we'll do a little bit of release for the neck. It's like a little bit of cat-cow in the neck. Really simple. As we breathe out, just tuck your chin under, kind of round your upper back. And And as we inhale, just lift your chest. Go nice and easy. Do about 3 more breaths. Keeping that spine pretty neutral when you come up. One more. Good. Okay. So if you're okay, we're going to come on down, and if you don't want your chest to be directly on the floor, I like to take my elbows wide and put a fist over a fist and rest the forehead. So that makes a little more space. Or if you're, more comfortable, you can come all the way down. So with the head gazing down, we're going to take our legs wider and just windshield wiper legs side to side. So we're just rocking those legs side to side, releasing that low back. There we go. And just let your legs be heavy, and we'll take a few deep breaths. Wonderful. Wrists come under shoulders. Gently press up onto your knees. And then taking those knees wide, coming back to child's pose. Just walk your hands over to the right. So it's a little side stretch here. Good job. Breathe in. And exhale, sit your hip back. We'll switch sides, so going to the left and breathe in. And exhale, sit your hip back. Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to transition to some seated poses now. And if you want to sit on a little bit of blanket or a pillow, it's totally optional. Might be more comfortable. So we're going to start cross-legged, just having a seat on the floor. There you go. And you can take your hands to your thighs and make a few circles around one way and the other. Now notice which foot is in front, and we'll do a little foot switch. This tends to be your non-habitual way of sitting. So take a few circles around, massaging that back, and then going the other way. Good. Keeping this nice fluidity through the spine. Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of side stretching now. Take one hand, doesn't matter which one, and just walk it away. And you can be on your fingertips or hand flat, whatever feels best. Shoulder away from ear. And now the opposite arm, we're going to start with this little chicken wing. Okay, I'm going to take us in different variations. So you can start here, or you can take your hand behind your head. Or depending on which side you're on, what's going on, you could reach overhead. So finding someplace, either this little chicken wing or hand behind the head or arm extended, and feeling that stretch all down your side. Good job. So just breathe here and lift your chest. Enjoy. And if you've had, I had 19 lymph nodes out here, so it's been a couple years, but I still feel that tightness there, but it does feel good to stretch and open it up. Just see how you're feeling. Trust yourself. Wonderful. Take a breath in, come through center. All release. Good job. Just roll your head forward and to the side and feel the difference on your right side and your left side. And then we'll do the opposite way. So walking that hand away, take your time. Either hand to shoulder, hand behind the head, or that extension. And just enjoy that nice side stretch. Nice deep breaths. Lifting your chest to the sky, chin away from chest. Making sure that shoulder closer to the ground is away from your ear. Good. And we're breathing. On the next inhale, come through center. And exhale, release. Wonderful. Okay. So taking our arms out to the sides, thumbs are up, breathe in, thumbs are down, breathe out. There's this nice little rotations. Getting that movement through the upper back, neck and shoulder area that gets so tight and constricted during treatment and after surgery. It's good to keep all that mobile. Good, and if that feels good, you can bend your elbows 90 degrees. And as we breathe in, we're taking the elbows back, squeezing like you have a little pencil between your shoulder blades. And as we breathe out, we're going to close the door. So you can bring your elbows and your hands close or gently touch them together. Good. Inhale, open. Squeeze and exhale, close. Good. Give yourself about 4 more breaths of this. Inhaling to open and exhaling to closing. And it is some work for those upper back muscles in a good way. I've got 2 more. Perfect. Release your arms. Good job. Okay. We'll give the arms a break. We're going to stretch the legs a little bit. I'm just going to turn sideways so that you can see me. And we're starting with the figure 4. So the right leg goes over the left. And we're going to just see how this feels. Option 1, you can stay here. Okay, if the foot's not going over the knee today, you can always take it lower. So if you're not feeling this yet, I'm just going to take us deeper. Anyone who wants it, you can bend your extended leg. Take your hands down and lift your chest. And maybe add a little rocking side to side. We're just stretching the outer hip area and breathing. So these are the muscles that get tight when we sit a lot. So we want to keep that hip nice and open, the outer hip nice and stretched. Perfect. Now extending your bottom leg if it's bent, and bringing that right leg back, pointing the toes, and flexing the feet. So if you're on any AI drugs, they make our feet very kind of, you know, the little joint stuff. So one thing I like to do daily is to point and flex and then roll the ankles around. We want to keep those joints nice and lubricated. Spread your toes, just roll it around, get that movement. Good. And then just shake it. And we'll do the other side. Okay, so left leg over right. Take your time, sit up tall for a moment. And if you'd like to go deeper, we can bend that extended leg, lifting the chest towards the shin. Maybe stay here, or maybe just a gentle rocking side to side. Good, and slowly extend that leg. Release the left leg, and once again, point and flex. And just make a few circles. Good. Perfect. All right, so some inner thigh stretching. I'm going to turn this way now. And take your legs, it doesn't have to be the biggest splits of your life, but just enough so that when you open those legs out to the sides, you can start to feel those inner thighs. And now just scooch those hips back a little bit and lift your chest, flexing the feet, pulling your toes in towards your head. You can stay here or just start to walk your fingers forward, keeping that chest up. There you go, and just breathe. So go as deep as you'd like, okay? It's not about how it looks, it's about how it feels. And those inner thighs, and keeping that chest lifted, where you can breathe. Good, so come up slowly. And then we're going to add some side movement to this one, keeping the legs nice and active. Just walk your hands over towards one foot, and you're welcome to keep the hand on the ground. You can grab an ankle or a toe, whatever you got there, or you can use your strap around your foot. Okay? Whatever feels good for you. And now the opposite hand goes to the hip, and we rotate away from the hand on the foot. Option one, stay here. Next option is to either put the fingers on the shoulder or extend the arms straight out. There you go. And just lean back into it. There you go. Perfect. And breathe. And then if you want to take it a little deeper, you can add that side stretch. So we just bring that arm over towards the extended leg. And then inhale back up to center. And exhale, release. Good. Give your legs a little break. Just shake it out for a moment. And we'll do the other side. So flexing the feet, walking towards the opposite leg, hand to ankle, foot, or hand on the strap. And then opposite hand to hip. Just feeling this for a moment. How does it feel to lift your chest? Maybe fingers to shoulder or arm extends straight back. And the first one, we lean back into it, feeling that nice opening through the chest. Good. And just breathe here. And then slowly option, if you'd like to add this on, you can go over to the side, getting that side stretch, feeling all that length. And inhale up, exhale down. Good job. Relaxing your legs, taking your legs in, soles of the feet together. We're in the butterfly. Good. And now we just sit up nice and tall, pressing those feet together. And as we breathe in, reach your arms up. And exhale, take your hands down right behind you and lift your chest. There you go. That's it. And just breathe. Let your knees fall open. So we're opening the front body as we're stretching the hips. Good. And slowly come back to center. Relax your neck. And just give your head a little roll one way and the other. Perfect. We're going to transition and come on to our backs. So relax your legs. Before we do that, if you'd like a blanket or a pillow for later, maybe move it close to your mat so you don't have to get up again. And we are going to use the strap when we come onto our back, so we'll have that close by. So any props, anything you'd like close to you, it's a good time to grab them. And then we'll come forward so that we can roll onto our backs with the knees into the chest. Good job. And now roll your knees in one direction, massaging your back, and the other direction. Great. Take the soles of the feet down about hip distance apart so that your lower back feels comfortable on the ground. And we're moving to some pelvic tilts. So pelvic tilts are really nice for strengthening that low back area that tends to get weak after surgery and after sitting a lot. So we do this one quite often. We take $1,000 bill, pretend $1,000 bill, and put it underneath our low back area, and we want to squish it down so no one can take it. So we're pressing down, tucking the pelvis under, and press the low back down. So we're unarching the back, and then just relax naturally. Okay, so that's it. It's hard to see, but you can definitely feel it. So press down, exhale, and relax. And we'll do about 8 more of these. You don't have to count. I'll kind of guide you. Just go with your breath. Just press and release. And keep going nice and easy with your own breath. Couple more. Press and release. Good job. Take the feet a little wider now, and then windshield wipers side to side. So you feel that stretch in the outer hip flexors, kind of through the fronts of the quadriceps. Nice little side body stretch. And we're going to use our strap. We'll take the strap on the bottom of the right foot. Your left leg, the easiest, safest way for the low back is to keep the knee bent, but it's completely fine if you're feeling, maybe you do this quite often, or you feel more open here, no pain, you can always extend your left leg down. Okay, so just see what works for you. And we'll gently just bring that right leg straight to the sky and just feel the back of the leg stretching here. That low back is down on the ground. And now we'll take the strap or the towel just in the right hand, keeping your left hand on your left hip, and open the right leg out to the right. And feel that inner thigh stretch, and it feels nice in the leg. Nice deep breaths. Wonderful. Now keep the hand on the strap as we move through center, and then we'll switch hands. Take the left hand onto your strap, and see if at first you can keep your right hip down. So it's not a huge twist over. It's just enough, and you might feel the outside of your thigh, kind of that hip area, that psoas it's called, kind of stretching there. Perfect. Inhale back to center. And then we'll do a little foot switch, so you can bend both knees and take the left foot in. And now your right leg is down, or knee bent, sole of the foot down. Good. And just start by lifting the leg, gently stretching your hamstring. Nice deep breaths. Relax your head, relax your face. Take our time. The strap is just in the left hand. We're opening the left leg out to the left. There you go. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. And breathing. back through center. So you're holding on with just the right hand. And gently let that left leg go to the right, keeping that left hip down. So you feel that outer leg, outer thigh stretching. And we'll gently inhale, come back to center. Perfect. Bend those knees. We're done with the strap for now. You can set it down. And taking the hands to the knees again, give yourself a few rolls one way, making sure that back feels good, and then going the opposite way. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to do just one more back bend for today. It's an easy bridge pose. The soles of the feet are down, feet are hip distance apart, and when we do this, we're going to look straight up at the ceiling. So we tuck our shoulders under the back and then take the hands down. I like to hold the edges of the mat or press the hands down into the ground and slowly just lift your hips. And you're only going to go as far as you'd like today. Maybe tuck your shoulders a little more and gently lift your hips, lift your belly and lift your chest, taking that chin away from your chest and pressing your feet away from you. There we go. So we're opening that front body. Two more deep breaths here, looking straight up at the sky or the ceiling. Good. Now slowly, slowly roll down onto your spine. Tuck your pelvis under so that your tailbone comes down at the very end. And then relax. Good. Now take your feet a little wider and start with some gentle side to side. And then you can go a little deeper side to side as you get more acclimated, as that low back starts to relax a little more. Wonderful. So draw your right knee into your chest, and you can hold the back of your thigh. Left leg can be bent, and you can extend it more. And we're just rolling that right knee in towards the chest, making some circles, getting that nice, fresh blood flow to that scar area. Slowly switching sides, super simple. Grabbing the back of the left thigh and just rolling it out. Massaging that low back. Massaging that hip. Wonderful. And we'll set that foot down and give the legs a break. And taking our elbows bent 90 degrees, okay, so you can go a little lower if you'd like, or even a little higher. Seeing if we can get the backs of the hands down, so elbows are bent 90 degrees, and just turning our head in one direction. Give yourself a few deep breaths here. Last big chest stretch, and if it's too much, please take your arms lower, okay? Slowly switching direction, take your head the opposite way and breathe. Good. Come back to center and relax your arms down. Perfect. So we're going to finish up with a nice twist before we rest. If you do have a pillow or anything, you can take that, a blanket. I like to put something between the thighs. kind of like when we sleep on our side and there's something between the thighs. And just lifting your hips a little to the right and setting them back down. Take the knees to the left, and that just gives us a nice twist. And if you need to have more between the thighs, it's nice to have the knee a little higher than the hip. More relaxing for your back. And just relax your shoulders here and breathe. Wonderful. We'll take our time to switch sides. So just bring those knees to center. Lift your hips a little to the left so you can bring your knees to the right. And just relaxing your shoulders here. Let your body twist. Wonderful. Let's slowly come back to center. And let's take any other small movements that feel good. So you can roll your wrists, you can rock your knees, and we'll set up for our relaxation. It's nice to have a little something under your head and under your knees. And so you're welcome to put a little bit of blanket under your head if that feels good. And you can also take a little bit of blanket under your knees. Now, if you're fresher out from surgery, I suggest just bending your knees and doing like a knees together, feet wider, so that your hip flexor scar area feels more comfortable. So it's completely up to you, or legs extended for those of us who are further out. Take your moment, just find what feels good in your body, where you can relax your legs, relax your arms. And then once we find that space, just take a deep breath into your belly and let your belly fill up with air. Exhale all the air out. Once again, take a nice deep breath. Let that belly fill up. And release all that air. Let it go. Just rest here. Let your body be heavy. slowly start to deepen your breathing. And if you're at home and you'd like to rest for longer, feel free to stay right where you're at. If you're ready to go about your day, your evening, you can slowly start to move your fingers and your toes. And bring your knees into your chest and just roll onto your comfortable side. Just stay curled up for a moment. Take that top hand into the ground and gently press up to a comfortable seat. Keeping our eyes closed for a moment. We'll sit up tall. Take a big breath in. Exhale, relax your face. Another big breath in. Exhale, relax your shoulders. And we'll take our hands onto our very own hearts. And let's all think of something that we're grateful for. We'll take our hands to heart center, closing our practice today. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.